Alright guys, how we doing? Shane here, and as you can see, I have quite an epic failure on my hands. This is what happens when you don't double check your first layer once it goes down. And nothing stuck to my bed. My wife sent me a message and then a picture of exactly this while I was at work today. So now we need to work on cleaning this up. This happens all the time to people. You see the posts on all the different forums and Facebook groups, everything. So I'm going to show you guys what you need to do to get this cleaned up almost back to normal. The very first thing we're going to do is pull out some of the filament. So I have this thing heated up to 254 degrees. That's just what I randomly spun it to. This is an E3D all metal hot end, so I can do that if you're using a PLA, and this is PLA that's melted on here. If you have a Teflon coated throat, you want to just heat it by about 230 will be good. So I'm just going to pull back my filament a little bit, pull out my reverse Bowden tube, get that out of the way. All right, now I'm using the Franken shuttle. So it looks a little bit different than what yours might, but you're gonna get the general idea out of this. Now that it's heated up, as you can see, I can really pull that away, and a little bit of steam coming off of that, and try and recover my sock. And it's just gonna drip. Now this is molten plastic. This is super duper hot. As you can just see it dripping there. So please be careful. We're just gonna grab another piece here and just pull it off. I see I've got my thermistor caught in there, so I gotta be careful with that one. Now I'm going to go ahead, and I've pretty much ruined my part cooling fan here, so we're going to try and get that off here real quick. Need to get a screwdriver, and yours as well, however you have yours set up, might be on there, but pop that off, and I did melt a little bit of it right here, so we'll just reprint that, not a big deal. Now I can get the rest of this off here. As you can see, it just goops right off. It is super hot again, so please be careful. And we're gonna have to cut this off the thermistor. Don't pull on this, depending on your thermistor. Don't pull on that because you could yank it out of the thermistor, the wiring, and then your thermistor is toast. I think I have one more extra E3D, but I'd rather not chance it, so I'm just going to carefully try and pluck this out and cut away some of the plastic. I mean, it is basically solid plastic, like there is nothing. So actually, I'm gonna just do this. Hold it against there and melt it because the cable will be okay from the heat, but the plastic will melt away, and there we go, that's off now. Okay, so now we have a generally clean hot end here. I hope you guys can see that. I'm using this is what I use for my time lapses, this camera. So it's generally clean. Let's get, all right, so you see it's generally clean now. Most everything is off. That's not too bad. So now what we need to do is clean up the heat, the heater block down here. Let's get you centered back here again. All right, so now what I'm gonna use is, I have a brass brush here, and we're just gonna use this to kind of scrape off anything that's left over from that filament. Just get it all off there. Oh man, like I said, it is hot. It's still dripping because it's everywhere. Now, even when you do this, hot pieces of plastic are flying. So you really need to be careful when you can see, look at all that gummed up on there already. And we'll just pull that off. You should just be able to kind of pinch it and just drag your fingernail on it and pull that right off, most of it. It'll get there. The back end here. And this side, trying to go away from my body, and that's loose a little bit. Don't push on hot metal with plastic. It will just melt it. All right. We just need to get a little bit more here. Like that. Okay, now we're gonna see how we extrude. Push that back in there. Just put my Bowden tube back in. We're gonna push the filament down in and see if we get some out. All right, and there you see it comes out. So I'll get you back closer here. All right, so you see the block is fairly clean. There's a little bit of extra still on there. This side's hard to get to because of the heater there, but even in the back, not too bad. So all I have to do here is reprint my part cooling fan, which I might actually switch it out for something different to try out. But that's pretty much it. Again, please be careful when you do this, especially when you put your hot end up to so high. Molten plastic is coming out at a super duper hot temperature. It will burn you instantly. So please be careful when you do this. And if you have like the FT5 like me, I've lowered my build plate all the way down. If you're using something like the CR10 or any i3 style printer, go ahead and bring your hot end up about 100 millimeters. Give yourself some working room underneath, because the last thing you want to do is confine yourself and then touch this really, really hot heater block and burn yourself. I've done that before. It's not fun. Please learn from my mistakes. So I just want to do that quick little video just to show you guys what you need to do to clean up your nozzle. As you can see, it's very quick and easy. If you don't have one of these, I'll put a link down in the video description. It's great to have to clean off your brass nozzle. Basically makes it shiny new again. I did a video on that before. And to get this off, I'm just going to end up heating it, or I will end up just throwing this one away. It sucks, but it's just a silicone sock. I've got plenty other ones, and I can just refresh that. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful to some of you. Thumbs up if you liked it. Watch some of my other videos. Donate me via Patreon if you want to help me out make some more content. And until next time, guys, happy printing.